We gotta watch this. We're in big trouble. We're in big trouble. We make a mistake. Okay, Hashem help. So, Moshe Rabbeinu is the first of the, not the first, but he's one of the 7 leaders. You know, the 7 rabbis that come to our sukkah on sukkahs, the 7 guests that we have, the 7 forefathers. Not just like a nice thing. Oh, that's cute. 7 days, 7 leaders. They really come. They're really part in our sukkah. Sukkah is a hug from Hashem. As you all know, this is one of my top 10, which is quickly becoming top 100 favorites. This is a sukkah. It's kosher if it's one wall, a second wall, and a little bit of the third wall, which forms a hug. So that's Hashem's hug for us. And who do we have as guests every single day? One of the 7 ro'im, the 7 shepherds. Why is a shepherd a good career for a leader of Israel? Because they're so kind and they care about the little sheep and the ones that stray away, they bring back. Remember Avram, he ran till to get one of the lost cows that he was going to serve, I think, to the Malachim, which he thought were Arabs, sheep, thank you. And he ran all the way to Maratha Machpelah. And that's where he saw Hashem's presence there. And that's why he wanted to buy it from Ephron to be buried there. And Adam and Eve were buried there. But I don't want to get off track because...
Yeah, but that was interesting.
Be in trouble.
There's something about Shlomo HaMelech.
What about him?
There's something about Shlomo HaMelech.
Oh, really? Oh, thank you. Let's invite Shlomo HaMelech also. Wow.
Some Ashkenazim and some Parsha about Shlomo HaMelech, those who make Kiddush and stuff.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So this is the middle one, and it represents Moses, Moshe Rabbeinu. There's 7 ro'im, 7 leaders. So we're going to start from the beginning. There's Abraham, there's Yitzchak, and there's Yaakov, and there's Moshe, and then who else? Aaron, Yosef, and David. Wow, thank you. I already made the bracha. No, you see, I read that there's 3 people that get punished when someone talks Lashon Hara. The one speaking it, that's not good. We should please Hashem make our mouths only say kosher, kind words that lift people up instead of push them down, and that never speak against any other person, any other Jew, any other person in the world. So that's the speaker. The one who listens shouldn't listen. And there's many ways to get away from it. Like he goes like this because he has an earache, or he changes the topic. Oh, on the phone, I got another call. Excuse me, I have to get off, or my food is burning. It's not going to be good. Or the call is Hashem is saying, Pasha Miriam, don't listen. That's the ears, the one who listens. And then the one who's spoken about gets punished. What did he do wrong? He's a victim here. For God, he's spoken Lashon Hara. And I've learned, the rabbis say that we should act in a way that's above suspect or above criticism. In other words, we should act kindly and nicely, even if we have a very good reason. If it appears, it's called marasayin. If it appears negative or mean or something not good, you should stay away from it. So if I don't make a bracha, you'll say, oh, she doesn't make brachas on her water. Like, oh, and I thought she was, God-fearing lady. And so I just want to say that I made a bracha already. And then when I told this to a friend once, when I shared it with her, she said, it's part of what the rabbis say. If you've already made the bracha and people don't know, you want to be above. Yes, yeah, not to suspect me. So you say it, so you share it. So this is the holy menorah in the holy temple, and this is the guest and the 7 ro'im, and Moshe Rabbeinu being the one here, Avram, Yitzchak, Yaakov, Moshe, Aaron, his brother, Yosef and David, Yosef and Tzaddik and King David. And this is the beautiful menorah that Hashem is teaching us about in this week's Parsha. So there's something also very beautiful about the menorah, which we have in the source sheets. The source sheets are sitting in my printer, nicely like soldiers. Never took it out. So when Aaron was taught to light the menorah, Hashem said, hold the flame there until it comes up on its own. In other words, you could just go from one to the next, and then it will do its thing and start to flicker. No, don't leave it until it began to flicker. And we learn from that for each other when we're helping each other. When the tzaddik, Moshe Beino, the tzaddik, a true rabbi is helping us. And Rebbe said, they don't just, give us that initial flick, initial excitement, and then go on. And wait until we catch on from ourselves, because we connect with the deep flame inside of ourselves. And then it's a flame, it's going to last forever. A flame of ratzon, with desire to serve Hashem. And something very, very beautiful that I read about the menorah, I just want to share it with you. It's from Reb Nassan. He writes, Va'alos haneros, when you go up to light the neros, el mul pnei ha-menorah, across, in front of the pnei, of the face of the menorah, which is right here, the middle one, right? Yeah, shivas haneros, all 7 should light up. The neshama is called a ner, a light. It says in Mishlei, ner Hashem nishmas adam. The light of Hashem is our neshama. And what is the shoresh, the root of our neshama? It's ratzon, wanting to serve Hashem, wanting to be good. It's interesting, the word ratzon, if you look at it, it's spelled, because in Hebrew we can learn so much from one word, from the shapes of the letters. So the word ratzon is spelled like this. Ratzon, can anybody read it? What I wrote? Can you read my handwriting? Ratzon. Who can find a small little word in this big word of 4 letters? It's a 2-letter word. Ratz. If we want something, we're going to run for it. We're going to run for it and not look to the right or the left. Just go for what we want, because we want it so much, because our heart is telling us, this is it, this is true, this is pure, this is good. It's going to connect to the deepest place. So that's ratzon. We want something. That's our nefesh. That's how the token of our ratzon, monir dolek, the excitement and the strength of our desire is a burning flame, a burning candle, like it says in Shir Hashirim. King Shlomo said in Shir Hashirim is all about our love with Hashem and His love for us. My love is great as death, like love you to the end. That's a great. That'll be my motivating factor for everything I do from the second I get up till I go to sleep. How can I give you nachas? How can I reciprocate the love? So I was at a class last night, and she was talking about the love of Hashem, and somebody asked, how do we get to love of Hashem? So a few good ways. Can anybody help us? Because you all look like, I see on your face that you've been there and you want to be there again. How do you get to love Hashem?
Like us loving Hashem,
yes.
Feeling like Hashem loves us.
Well, they're very, very connected, because it's a 2-way reciprocal relationship. But either, how can I believe and feel He loves me, and how can I reciprocate? Gratitude. Wow. It's one word that says it all. When we say thank you, and we'll realize, wow, and that you did for me, and that, and I'm breathing, and this works. Why? Nishmas. Thank you. Ms. Marlasoda, we said today, thank you. Gratitude will bring the love. Bring the love. Anybody else have one word or more? Says it all.
Praying, reaching out, talking.
Chesed. Yeah, who's it? Rabbi Dessler said the word ahava. Inside the word ahava is also a 2-letter word. It's like you said, ahava is to love. It is aleph, hey, base, hey. And there's a 2-letter word in here. Hav. What does hav mean? To give. To give. How do we get to real love? Some people think, not us, it's how much I can get, how much, I get from the relationship, how much I give, and that brings love, chesed, like you said, giving. So that is how we can get to love Hashem. And when we realize how much He loves us, we're going to be crazy in our love for Him. We're going to just want to please Him. That's like the chasana we had last week. We're still in the week of Sheva Brachas, because the Chassan was on Wednesday, with us and Hashem, renewing our vows, renewing the reason. Wedding has an outer and an inner area, or I always need you to help me. Dimensions. Take over. Thank you. Dimensions. So the outer, okay, there's a ring and there's a ketubah, and it says what he owes me. Oh, wonderful. Then there's the inside. Why are we getting married? There's that love. We want to spend our lives together. We want to give to each other. And after many, many years, it's been 3,000 plus since we received the Torah. Torah is the words, and what's the inside of the Torah? Panemius, it's that initial love, that initial connection and relationship, that every Shavuos, it's reignited and refueled, and we remember, oh, that's why. Oh, and then the love makes us again want to do the mitzvahs and want to serve Hashem with that passion and that fire. So yesterday, she said a beautiful story. Her name is Zori Tsubara. And did anyone mind the noise outside that we closed the door?
Yeah.
But what do we prefer, the noise or the heat? I don't mind the noise.
I see a fan in there.
I prefer personally, but you know, whatever everyone wants.
You okay?
I'll just talk a little louder, and I'll remember how cold I am. Just gives it some. So she was reading a sefer. I don't know the name. The sefer belongs to her father, and she had her eye on the sefer for many, many years, and she loved this book. And after her father passed away, he left the book for her. And she loves this book. And in it says there are 3 levels of serving Hashem and loving Hashem. The first level of serving Hashem is we do what's comfortable for me, in my comfort level. As soon as it gets too hot, I'm out of there. Or too difficult, don't come in. In other words, I can go up to a certain point and then I take a nap, or for a couple hours, a couple of years. It's like I'm not more than I can, that fits me the way I feel that I'm comfortable. There's a higher level that through thick and thin, I will serve Hashem, even if it's difficult.
Maybe shut it halfway.
Yeah. Even whatever everyone wants, even if it's difficult, these are the mitzvahs, these are the things I have to stay away from, and I'm on, and I'm committed to serve Hashem. But it's like, because I have to, because there's,
Don't put it in there.
Oh,
That's not our trash.
we should write out some
Yeah,
people don't know.
sorry.
It's the shuls. So that it's like if something comes up that could, like, all of a sudden he was so great, he was so close to Hashem, he was such a big Torah scholar. What happened to him? Well, it wasn't like his heart was not afire, burning with love and passion to Hashem. That's the highest level, where all we want is to live and give Hashem nachas, and to have that relationship, and to respond and return the love. So there are 2 rabbis, I'm sure you've heard of them, Rev Israel Tauber, rest in peace, and Rev Shimshon Pinchas. They were together, very close friends, and they had a group that they formed to help people come closer to Hashem. Remember the name of it? The Shin, S-H. Shalheves. Ah, that means a flame. Perfect. They were in Lakewood once at the Shabbaton, a weekend, and a story had come out there in Lakewood that there was a very fine bacher, a teenager, that was in the yeshiva there. He was doing very well, learning and good midos, and he was fulfilling all the mitzvahs of the Torah, and he found out that he's really not Jewish. He found out that his grandmother converted, but not through Orthodoxy, and his mother's mother, and his parents totally from, totally Lakewood, strong, Jewish, Orthodox, and now found out that he's really not Jewish. He has to go through conversion. So he asked his mashgiach, the rabbi in his yeshiva, do I have to go through the conversion? He said, no, not at all. You're free to be a good non-Jew with the 6 mitzvahs of Noach, children of Noach, and you don't have to become. So that's what he chose. He chose And these two rabbis, other people too, were like, they couldn't believe it. Here he is, a fine bacher, 15, 16 years old. How could he have not wanted to convert? How come he wasn't like aflame with all the flame and the beauty of the Torah? And that could be because he was like this second level. He was like serving Hashem because it's proper, because it's a mitzvah, and keeping away from Averos because it's wrong, but he lacked that flame. He lacked that intensity of passion. And so they asked each other, the two rabbis, what would you do? You found out right now that you're not Jewish. So Rabbi Tauber answered, I would run so fast down the street to the first Beis Din, the first Jewish Jewish court, and I would get converted as fast as I could. 10 minutes, 2 hours. That once a man in Borough Park, who was already a grandfather, a great-grandfather, he too, after the war, some Jews like Rabbi Tauber's family, he and 4 siblings were raised by non-Jews during the war. So afterwards, they were saved. So they they came back to Judaism, or at least realized the Jews as they grew older. But by the same token, there could have been a 6th child there who's not Jewish, but also came back with them. So that's what happened to this great-grandfather in Borough Park in Brooklyn. He found out that during the war, he really wasn't Jewish, and he was put together with the Jewish, the children. So he found out on a Friday. And so that Shabbos, he had to do something on Shabbos, like light a candle or tear something. And then right on Sunday, he became Jewish as fast as he could. But what did his answer? First, what would I do if I found this out, that I'm not Jewish? I would give a korban. I would sacrifice a sacrifice like in the Holy Temple, and then I would convert. Because what is a korban? A korban is when we so much want to give our whole body to Hashem. All of us are 613, all parts of me, my heart, my kidneys, my head, all I want to give to you. But it's not allowed to kill oneself. It's not allowed to sacrifice a human being. We're not allowed to do that. So instead, we sacrifice the animal, and we feel it's as if I'm giving you everything I have. But the animal sacrifice. And so we are not allowed to make sacrifices because there's no Beit Medrash. Only the Holy Temple wasn't allowed. Now it's not allowed. But for a non-Jew, it's allowed. So he grabbed that opportunity, that window. He would make a sacrifice. He would sacrifice, and then he would convert. And that's the passion of the Jew. That's the beauty of the passion of the Jew. And that's the menorah. The menorah is that it's the neshama is called the light of Hashem, the candle of Hashem, and it lights itself up from the tremendous desire of holiness that's bo'er, it's inflamed in each of us. It's like we're on fire towards Hashem. And that's the reason we came down to this world. This world is called darkness compared to the light. And you ever see like a bright, well-lit room, even this room, if I would strike a match, you notice it or you will not notice it, because it's not bright compared to the sunlight or compared to the electricity. But if we were in a cave now and it was totally black and we opened up a match, we'd see it again. The rabbis say this, a little bit of light pushes away a lot of darkness. So this world is dark. There's trials, tribulations, there's things that are like winking to us, come, see me, eat me, try me, do me. And in this dark light, dark world, Jewish soul lightens it up to a light to Hashem, through the Ratzon. Ratzon, we said, is running. And we're higher than angels. We come from a place higher than angels, it says. And it says that just our holy souls come from a very high place. When the angels came down here, they didn't do too well. They when we left Egypt, it said Hashem said, I will take you out, not an angel. You know why? He couldn't trust the angels in Egypt. They get influence. They would get impure by the Egyptians and their impurity. Only Hashem and us Jewish people, who are neshama, comes from a place higher than the angels. We come here and we make light in the world. And this is the Shiva Taneros. This is Moshe Rabbeinu And he passed away. Shabbos afternoon, it's called Ratzon, Shem Ratzon. The time is called desire, of desire. That's when he passed away. And he gives desire to all of us. Moshe Rabbeinu, the tzaddikim after him, there's a Moshe in every generation connected to Moshe Rabbeinu, who's the middle. He gives Ratzon, he gives a pure desire to Hashem for all of us. Now the word Ratzon, remember inside is Ratz, to run. Something also interesting. What if we would add an aleph to the beginning of the word? We would have the Ratz. And what word would we have the first three letters?
Eretz.
Eretz. This is the land we are merit to live in. This is Eretz Israel. Eretz. Living here gives us a desire to run to Hashem, desire to have simcha and zerizas, electricity. I'll help you with that word. Excitement and light-footedness and running to Hashem. That's Eretz, to run to Hashem. That's where Baruch Hashem we live. Now Moshe Rabbeinu brought us from one thing, Shmad. Shmad is idea of not serving Hashem. Shmad is like idol worship. Shmad, he took us up from Shmad, the people that are very, very, very far away from Hashem, that are on the level of idol worship. Now, what is the numerical value of the word Shema?
344.
Wow, that was fast.
She's a rocket scientist.
Oh, 344. And then, who is he bringing us close to? To Hashem, which is the word ratzon, to desire with tremendous on fire, like the nair of the menorah, to desire Hashem. He brings us up from the lowest places that were, God forbid, in idol worship, or a tendency to it, or turning to it, God forbid, to ratzon, to the tremendous, I need you mentioning, to the tremendous desire to be close to Hashem, on fire. And how much is that?
346.
Oh, 346. So,
Yeah.
wow.
No, I just reminded this 344, 345,
Wow, so last 345 is the number in between, right? That you all agree with, 344, 345, and what and who equals 345?
Moshe.
Moshe. Shin is 300, Mem is 40, Hey is 5. Moshe brings us from Shmat to Ratzon. From being the lowest, farthest, darkest place in the world, feeling low and empty and alone and far, to the Ratzon, to the Eretz, to the being on fire for Hashem. And so that's our menorah, and the menorah is in each of us, because there's 7 branches, 7 lights on the menorah, which we just erased. There's 7 holes in our face, 2 eyes, 2 nostrils, 2 ears, and a mouth. And if we can purify what comes in, see good things, eat kosher food, hear not lashon hara, what goes out, speak good words, kind words, loving words. What comes out and what goes in, that's the menorah. That's the 7 branches of the menorah. When we purify that, so then we're a light. We are a light to the nations. We are a light, L-I-G-H-T, to ourselves. We are a light to each other. We shine the world. It's part of the bracha that Hashem gave us last week in Nassau, of Birkas Kohanim, the bracha of the Kohanim. And I've always loved Birkas Kohanim. It's a special time. It's an Eitz Ratzon. It's a time that Hashem is just waiting and wanting to give us everything we ask for. So 2 things happened this week, very special for me. So firstly, I want to go back to what happened last week, which was last Shabbos, a week and 2 days ago. Remember, 4 captives were freed? And in the afternoon of Shabbos, we start to read the weekly reading of the next week. Remember, on Monday and Thursday, today on Thursday, we read until Sheni. We read the first maybe 9 psukim verses of the coming week. So now, today we're already reading Beha'alotcha. We're talking about we're right, we're right on time. So that Shabbos, I don't know when they were saved. Does anyone here know what time they were? 11 in the morning, Saturday, Shabbos morning. Wow. So after that, when a person davens mincha, yeah, they were reading the one before, and in a couple hours they were going to read Naso, which was 2 days ago. This happened 9 days ago. And Naso is the first letters of, watch, there was Noah, Argamani. She was saved. She's 26 years old. What does her name start with? Nun. Then there was Shlomi, Z, 41-year-old who was saved. His first letter is Shin or Sin. And then there was Almog Meir, 22-year-old that was saved. And what are these? The three letters make up the first letters of their name? Naso. Oh, the Torah is forever. The Torah is forever. There was a fourth saved, Andre, and he's another Aleph. So we got Nun, Sin, and Aleph twice. Coming to read the Parsha the next week, Naso, they were saying, how Hashem's Torah is eternal. How Hashem watches over each of us eternally. And that should give us the hope and the strength to get through this time, whether it's what we're all going through together or personally, to know that, as Phyllis would always say, Hashem has my back. And that,
And your friends.
yeah,
Yeah.
another friend of mine, she went through something very difficult. She said, Hashem, it's not enough for you to hold my hand. You got to hold me. You got to hold all of me. It's not enough. I appreciate you're holding up my hand. It's not going to help. It's not going to work. I need you to hold all of me. And he does, like you said, and your back and your front. And so what, I was in shul on Shabbos, and a friend of mine had a little piece of paper that she took out for the when the Kohanim blessed us. It is a bracha, mitzvah in the Torah for the Kohanim to bless us. And the last word of the blessing is be'ahava. They bless us with love. We receive their blessings with love. And she was reading it, so I said, can I take a peek at that? And then I read. And then yesterday I went to her house. She's on my elevator line. Button. On -6, she's +2. I didn't walk up the lights. Button. And I borrowed it and I copied it. And I remembered to bring it. And just listen to what it says. Bisman Birkas Kohanim, at the time of the blessings of Kohanim, which here in Israel is every single day, every single Shabbos. Outside of Israel, it's the holidays. Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Sukkot, Pesach, Shavuot. We have it every day. Sharei Rachamim Chesed Ba'olam Kulo Niftachim. The gates of Rachamim, of mercy and of kindness, are all open in these few minutes. It's 4 minutes. Whoever prays for what he wants, everything will turn to Rachamim. It's a very special time. It's a very holy, close time with Hashem. And it says, Bisman Birkas Kohanim, in the time of the blessings of the Kohanim, Mara HaKadosh Baruch Hu Ava Yisrael Lam Yisrael, Hashem shows a special extra love to Israel. He's showing us extra love. I told him, that was so. So what should we do? We should reciprocate in kind and strengthen and feel our love to Hashem. Then the way we look at each other, the way we feel towards each other, it will strengthen his love. We'll rebound back and forth. And exponentially, just like mamish get bigger and bigger. It says, Kala bracha shemolam al kisei kavod. Every single bracha in the whole world is contained in Birkas Kohanim. One rabbi Yigal Cohen, said a man asked him, Rabbi, could I have a bracha? Okay, you baracha Hashem for the bracha of the Kohanim. And he is a Kohen also. And then the man says, no, but I want a bracha. So, like whatever he needed, children and money. And so this is all the brachas in the world in Birkas Kohanim. When we ask for what we ask in Birkas Kohanim, we should think it and not talk, because it's a time to be silent. Everything we should ask, we should say, I'm asking for a freebie, a free gift. Remember Veschanan that's coming up in a few weeks when Moshe Rabbeinu prayed 515 times, like the numerical value of Veschanan, to be able to come into the land of Israel. The word Chanan is from the word free, Chinam. He begged for graciousness from Hashem. He begged, I don't deserve it, but Chonenli, give me chaim, give me graciousness that I can come in. He didn't deserve it. He did everything for us. He carried us. He took us out of Egypt. He risked his life. He went up to Shamayim, didn't eat or drink for 40 days. He went through with us. He went the whole thing in the midbar. And he asks for chesed chinam. So when we ask, we shouldn't gaiva. Oh, I really deserve it. I'm so special. No, please Hashem, give me a free gift, chesed chinam. And why are we asking it? Lichbodo. And it should be to serve you better. It should be to do. I want health so I can do more mitzvahs. I want money to be more tzedakah. And to what do we want money for? To buy big food for Shabbos, to get, to take a trip to the Kaiso. We all want money for good things. And Tov Tzarech L'Chazek, that's how it's so. And we should daven that this would get tremendous support, that everything we ask for, will give it true. And
It's too loud.
this
Money
got a little louder.
That
Thanks.
works.
And anyway, we're wrapping up. And this is a bracha from the Torah. It's a bracha for the Kohanim to bless us, and it's for us a bracha to accept and to have in our mind. Beirach, bracha is like to be humble, to accept, and to take in a humility where, like Moshe, it's not coming to me. It's I'm asking for a free gift, Hashem, free gift. And that's the word also. Beirach is a bracha. And also, what part of our body is base Rechov?
Knees.
The knees, Sarah. It's where we bend.
Oh.
If we bend in humility and not say on the top, but I don't deserve it, but please give me. That's where the bracha is. And a bracha needs a conduit, needs a pipeline. The pipeline is the tzaddik. When Hashem said to Abraham, go to the land of Canaan, which is Israel, the Hayei bracha, and you should be a bracha to everyone. Remember in Reshis it says that, book of Reshis, Parsha, you will be a bracha, you will be a blessing to everyone. And so Tzaddik, Avinu, Moshe Rabbeinu, they are brachas to us. And how do we receive the bracha? With humility, bending over from the knee, Beirach and bracha. And a bracha, it needs something to hold itself. There's water, it needs a pail, it needs a pool, it needs something, a cup. And that's what we need, a keli, a vessel. The vessel for receiving the bracha is humility and also faith. Faith is the biggest blessing and this biggest keli, vessel to receive the bracha. So, again, the word bracha, berach, is like, I'm going to write a word that looks just like this. Beis, reish, of, hey. What is that? Brecha. A bracha falls into a pool, a vessel. It holds the bracha. And then when we get the bracha, how much is base? Two. Thank you. How much is reish?
200.
200. Thank you. Whoa. We're going to go around the world together, you and me.
Letitia.
And how much is soft?
20.
20. Thank you. It goes from 220 to 200, but we believe in it. And when we, with humility, accept it, then Hashem gives it to us. And Hashem gives us more and more. There's no end to his brachas. Adli die. We should all feel it, and we should feel his love, and his caring, and that he's in charge of everything. You know, sometimes there's azakah, those noises that they make. Sometimes we miss it. Maybe I live -6. My friends in +2, they're right way up there. They hear it. Oh, really? There was. I slept through it. It didn't wake you up. Sometimes we're in the shower. We didn't hear a thing. Sometimes the Mazgan, the air conditioner, whatever, something's on loud. We're listening to a class. We didn't hear it. Sometimes we're outside. It's everybody is exactly where Hashem puts them to either hear it or not to hear it. And when I hear it, I ask Hashem, what do you want me to say or feel or do? Is there any ideas? One friend said, say Tehillim. Because Tehillim is against Tehillim. Tehillim and Tehillim. Tehillim is stronger than rocket. Eila Barecha, Eila B'susin. King David says, I think it, don't remember which chapter, trains to help us. Oh, 20? Thank you. They come with horses and with chariots, in other words, missiles, whatever. Anachnu b'shem Hashem Elokeinu. We come with the name of Hashem. Hey, Makara b'nafal. They fall, but Anachnu kamu b'nisod. Get up, and we're fine. Hashem is protecting us. Hashem, Hashem help us. So one way is to do. Another way is to thank Hashem. I heard this, I was like, oh, but I'm here. That really nobody got hurt. It felt like Shada was telling us in the middle of nowhere.
The big buildings looked out.
Hashem should protect our buildings as well. But sometimes, if anything has to get damaged, we want to be home. We thank Hashem that protects us. And sometimes if we're any other ideas?
I go out. You guys, disturbing our Shabbos, big trouble.
Then it stops, huh? Wow. Wow.
I think they hear some.
Wow. Wow. I sometimes dance because dancing sweetens harsh decrees. Thanking, like you said, thank you. And I get scared, like my heart's moving. So I say, Hashem, help me be just scared of you and nothing else. These are all possible years. Fear should give you, love should give you, and a direct connection to the tzaddik should be a pure vessel to bring your words. The tzaddik is a pure vessel to bring your bracha. You should share brachas. You should share love. You should share gratitude and the faith and the joy. And because Hashem keeps telling me, be happy. He just keeps telling me that. I'm busy running. What should I do? Should I make another course? Should I take the app? Should I say tell him? Be happy. Right. I see what you want. Okay. And you know what? After he tells me that like 1,000 times, sort of sinking in. I'm getting the message. You know, that's what's to your children. Be happy. Like Shana said, we do our water and our safe. We're all relaxed. He's watching us. He loves us. May we see it openly. It's Rachman. The will of Rachman, the final redemption of all of us, with revealed mercy today as soon as possible. So, instead of saying I'll drink to that, maybe we could say I'll dance to that. Well, whoever wants to. I just happen to have this here.